There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. The vision of a leader, President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about one Guyana, where our people can live in peace, where Indians and blacks trust each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana, to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffered. We were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, foreigners can eat your supper. We must put an end to racism, let it end with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana a gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who would divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel their rage. It doesn't matter what your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When our brothers cry, we must feel the pain. We Portuguese, Africans, and Indian. We Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindian. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. Investors are here and they're building. Infrastructures are all you see. Creating plenty job opportunities. Pumping money in the economy. Guyana on the rise to prosperity. Education, healthcare for everybody. President Ali, building one Guyana for we.
Yes, good night, Facebook. Good night here to the folks in Linden and Region 10. Good night to the people of Region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. A special good night to the folks in the Caribbean, the entire Caribbean, whether from east, west, north, or south of the Caribbean. And good night to the folks in the diaspora. You can't do without the diaspora. Good night all. Um, Here in Linden tonight, I just want to say how the weather has changed. Drastic change. There's lots and lots of rain, and biggest observation over the last 3 to 4 days. Um, the government has been embarked on a lot of has embarked on a lot of road building, but there is a mixture of concrete, which is cement, concrete cement, and they have the asphalt concrete roads. That is what more traditional roads, and this concrete cement road is something new, and there is some areas where we have had asphalt concrete roads already, and now the this new cement concreted road, um, they are adjoining the asphalted road, and I detect something. It's very poor engineering, um, because what is happening is that where the road is supposed to be adjoining, with the current weather, the water, you can see the detachment already, and it's creating an immediate pothole where these two different components, material, this cemented concrete and asphalted concrete road meet. There is a problem there already, and it is going to be a problem for a long time because none of those roads are going anywhere. Both of them are there to stay. And where this problem lies now, um, it's going to be an headache. So for me, yes, we want to do things and get it out quickly and as efficiently as possible. Let me tell you something. You see the idea of cemented concrete road, I believe it's the best idea because this tropical country, when the rain starts, the asphalt in particular and the oil in the asphalt, particularly if it's not done to these specification, and I mean, something you got to take, the contractors got to take the full brunt of the blame because this country had asphalted concrete road before and they stand up and a lot of roads are still standing that were built over 30 years ago, and so they're still standing. So it's got to be something in the mixed design that we are having today that is causing this rapid decline as soon as the weather changes. But it's something we need to look at, or else we're gonna be spending no hands of money every single time to build roads, and we can't do though. There's something we can do. And I know this is not going to go down too nicely with some people, but you gotta be real, and you gotta point out the ills when they have the ills, so that when when we speak, um, we gotta be true to what's going on. And having a construction background, I have detected that problem, and I hope that the authorities and the engineers that they don't even want to call these banners engineer. Sometimes these banners need international training and exposure because they lack the experience in so many regards, whether it's civil or building. These banner them that we get for engineering in this country are just weak, weak, weak. Simple calculation, stress and strain and stuff. These banner can't do. These banner, I don't know how some of them become engineers, but they are engineers. I tell you, Father help them all. Yeah, but we can't afford it. We can't afford to be doing one thing two, three, four times. So we gotta look at it. Um, I guess the authorities from public works and whoever, wherever, um, road works are being done, whether it's from housing or Ministry of Local Government, wherever has the responsibility to do these roads, we gotta know what we're doing. And let's not continue to join concrete with asphalt or asphalt with concrete. It doesn't make sense. It is only going to put us in a bad spotlight and something we can ill afford. So where we where we have to work. And I think I think if more detail is paid to to when the joining is being done. I think a little more detail should be paid. It's not just carrying the concrete and jam the asphalt and done with it. I think they should create like a like a beam, a foundation beam at the bottom, right where it's being joined. They got to do something that makes sense. Because when they just carry it and jam it like that, oh man. I mean, a little more detail has to be paid to the engineering aspect of how those roads are joined. And I'm saying this because I recognize a real problem with this thing. That you're gonna have nice roads, but at the end of it, where two roads join, there's a huge pothole. So the road either start with a pothole or end with a pothole. And that's not what we want. I mean, when you're turning into place, you need to turn smoothly. You understand? And then you proceed. But something wrong. Talking about roads, anybody in Linden, and this is specifically to Linden, right? You see where this place, like when you come around from the boat landing, the riverside area, and when you get round to by Kozab, Churches, Chicken, and that stretch, it's a main thoroughfare. It's a main thoroughfare, a major thoroughfare. But it's the worst road in Linden at the moment. It's and I can't make it up. I don't have the pictures to show you, but this anybody in Linden who knows this particular area will tell you how bad it is. A real nasty piece of road. And you want me to tell you the truth about it? The town council is 130 meters away from where I'm speaking. And I'm not even sure if it makes 130, probably 110 meters away from where I'm speaking, where this road is deplorable. Huge potholes, not one, all over the road, potholes. And then they sit in the council in statutory and they blaze off at each other. Them in the councillors of the APNU are not in the council to, to get work done in this region, in this municipality. They have one agenda in the council. It's to try to destroy the Tom Clark, um, Lennox Gaspar, who was a former PNC councillor, APNU councillor. He was a former APNU councillor, but now he is working with the PPP. He has a job. He is the TC of the tongue. And oh boy, these councillors of the APNU are going at gospel and gospel only. So everything developmental and everything that makes sense in the region, in the municipality, they have no interest in that. They have absolutely no interest in what goes on in the thing. Already thing, and and it is spilling over. There are people from the RDC, PNC members of the RDC, who's taking a swipe at the town clerk, of which they have no relation to. But because of the dirty politics, the councillors of the APNU in the municipality throw out an arm, calling in those of the region, and they come out with a long stick for beat gospel. But guess what? You know what I know? They can't win gospel because gospel will stay resolute to the constitution. He will utilize 2801 to the best of his ability. And knowing the short man how he's stubborn, let me tell you something. Them in the municipality and in the RDC get a real thing coming from the hand. And because of the fact that Gasper was a former PNC member and a councillor that represents the APNU at the municipality, hey, let me tell you, you know, when you become the enemy of your friend, you know what happens then? You do every single thing legally possible to make sure. And you see, I said, 14 of them, 14 of them there, and another 3 or so over so alongside the regional chairman and the regional vice chairman. You see, when Gasper put here down, 2801 is all hell broke loose. And I mean, it's not doing the tongue any good. No good whatsoever. Imagine NCN went to the town council to interview the town clerk, which is Lennox Gaspar. And the councillors of the APNU decided that they are not going to allow NCN to do their job. I mean, this thing has become so lawless, right? And the, the powerfulness within the APNU, the behavior, the conduct, the Vanessa Kissoons. Look, let me tell you something. The girl is a virago. Vanessa Kissoon is a virago. This is no joke. I mean, she's supposed to be a teacher. She's a member of the GTU. Can you imagine the mindset of somebody like that? The girl is a virago. A brutal virago too. And there is no letting up with she behavior. She lead a team to protest NCN on their appearance to interview the town clerk. To what end? To what end? The interview didn't go on. But what did they benefit from it? How that is supposed to benefit the town of Linden? In the statutory, I heard them talking about a week or so ago, whenever it was statutory, that I can't remember. Don't hold me to it. They were talking about New Era Entertainment, a promotional body that promotes the All Black and stuff like that. And they were talking about the monies that New Era Entertainment owed the council. They were supposed to pay X amount of dollars, blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen. I don't know what's the status with that now. But if New Era Entertainment owe for events that they would have pulled off, then they need to pay. They just need to pay. And don't attract pettiness towards your operation. Pay the council. Now Lennox Gaspar was talking about Dream Team owing the council. Same thing, same scenario. Entertainers owing the council after they would have kept their event. Dream Team was thanking everybody, thanking the sponsors, this, that for a successful event. They thank Rick Ross, this, that, blah, blah. I didn't hear they thank the patrons of the event, but they thank people. And when Lennox Gaspar said, well, you're thanking everybody, but you need to pay up your dues, you know what I mean? And there it is. Gorin, regional vice chairman, give Lennox Gaspar tackle. The hypocrisy is what you can't deal with. The hypocrisy, because they're sat in the council and attacking New Era for the same thing that Dream Team do. And when Dream Team was questioned about the monies that they owe to the council, the double standard of the APNU supporters regional vice chairman to attack Lennox Gaspar because he asked about the money. Like, only one set of people must be liable for their behavior. Only one set of people. And that is the problem I'm having. That's the real problem. There is no consistency in the behavior. It depends on which side of the coin that you're supporting. And once you support in a particular side, then here what happens? You can't deal with the other issue. You have to throw a blind eye to it. You got to sweep down under the carpet. No matter how identical the situation is, there is always two different standards to deal with it. So the fighting and the rambling and everything going on in the council, while a major thoroughfare right outside the doorstep of the council is in such a deplorable situation. Deplorable. The other thing is they cannot seem to get the matter of garbage collection under control. Cannot. You see someday you pass in front of the market, you're shame. Rank shame. Because the place is so much in a mess. Filth. And these people, what do? Sit in a council whenever they have an opportunity to attack Lennox Gaspar. To attack Lennox Gaspar for what? Gaspar ain't going nowhere unless being removed by the PPP. Gaspar is not going anywhere. He is there as the town clerk. Or some greater force or greater being will have to remove Gaspar. In the meanwhile, what do? Every single opportunity you get to meet, Gaspar become the subject of discussion. How and why? Why we cannot pursue a developmental agenda for once and allow this tongue to grow? This tongue probably is the most stagnated in all of Guyana. Stagnated. There is no growth. No growth. With the exception of one thing that them Chinese put in, there is no growth. Year in, year go, it's the same old, same old. And you could tell me it is not the attitude of the people has to change? It is the attitude. What do? How do we continue to allow this decline year after year after year? Nobody get no sense. Nobody get no wisdom. None. You know? And people sometimes want to promote this tongue of Linden as something special. The only thing special about this tongue is it's a gateway to the interior. One of the gateway to the interior. That you can travel over land for miles and miles and miles. You have an opportunity to carry more things in the interior via trucks, fuel, food. That's the only thing that is special to this Linden tongue. But let me tell you something. I observe that there is you see this tongue here? And this lazy municipality, and I don't know who. Oh, I remember who. They have a toll in Linden that targets things that goes into the interior. And they're being charged a hefty sum by the town council. A very hefty sum. You know why this thing does worry me? These monies that is collected from this toll is not because of no bridge or nothing, you know. This is a land toll. A land toll. And this thing is bothering to me. I could not have sit in an administration and create a land toll. The only land toll in Guyana. The only. Why? Why every other part of this country you can traverse your goods without being charged for doing so? I mean, if you got to cross a bridge and the bridge needs maintenance, this and the other, so be it. But why do you need a land toll here in Linden? You know, if the people of Region 4, Moblissa, just as you reach Moblissa, if Region 4 should put up a land toll right there, and every single thing that comes into Linden is being charged, and the money goes back to Region 4, you know, this municipality of Linden wouldn't like it. They wouldn't like it. And this thing is annoying to me. And I don't know why the authorities don't look into this thing in a vigorous way. Why do we need a land toll? There is no bridge where that toll is to say, well, you're taking this money for the maintenance and the upkeep of this bridge. There is no bridge. It's just plain old robbery by the municipality. Robbery. When that truck, be it lumber, food, whatever is on that truck, being charged that toll, let us say they are going over the river, they have another toll to be paid. Another toll, a bridge toll to be paid. These people need to come up with more innovative ideas to create revenue so as to get this tongue rolling in the right way. You don't create robbery. Robbery! And who was the mayor at the time when the toll was created? Corwin Holland. Corwin Holland, another jackass that couldn't even keep his mayorship under the APNU while he was there. The first opportunity they had, they voted out, and rightfully so. Waste, useless, opportunistic parasite. And as soon as they vote him out, what should we do? He disappeared from the scene. If he is not functioning as the mayor, then I shall be nothing in this region or party or whatever. A parasite, an opportunistic parasite with fancy twirl up tongue and mouth. Just useless. And it was proven. He was dashed aside. Quick! Then he was replaced by Juanita Arundel. Well, during our tenure, it was Bechun. Bechun who functioned as the mayor under Arundel's tenure. But nothing substantial came out of it. It was during that time the tongue continued to decline. And it is happening again. Major decline every single time. And you know what is the real problem in the municipality? It's too top heavy with one set of political figures, PNC members, 14 out of 16 of them. So it's never going to work. You need balance. So as to create robust debate, you need balance. where people must frighten for do the wrong thing because they know some independent mind shall vote against you. And that is the problem. But it is what the people of the tongue is giving. And that is what is bringing the results. The people here in Linden, when they go to the polls, the only thing they see is APNU AFC. APNU AFC. So all of the decisions is being made in a negative way. And nobody getting sense, you know. 1 decade, 2 decade, 3 decade, 4 decade, 5, 7 decades are the same old bull. And nobody ain't coming up with a sense to say, you know what? We can't continue this. We can't continue this. Look at this tongue. Look at this tongue. What we get from we are now? Teachers. I can't even say teachers no more. They are vipers. Plain old vipers. When you talk about teachers, you talk about somebody being noble, somebody being sympathetic. And in as much as the government is holding out for their rights, when it comes to this collective bargaining arrangement, you see a real teacher would have stand up and say, you know what? This government is cruel to us. Whatever going on. We love we children. And we go in every classroom to ensure that the outcome of our children is respected. That is what a real teacher would do. A real teacher won't join the forces to ensure the hardship of the students. Never, 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 never. Any teacher will continuously striking on the roads while the children suffer. Their mind just nasty. They're bad-minded. Vipers. And I have no apologies for it. Teachers don't go down so. Examine your consciences. Examine your conscience. And tell me that what you guys are doing is good. Examine your conscience. I am so perturbed. But I trust that the government holds them responsible for their actions. And you see the judge, what created his historic ruling and ruled that the teacher's strike is legal and monies cannot be deducted from their salaries. The judge who had this historic rule and then frightened for put pen to paper to give his written judgment so the appeal could be filed. The judge, questionable, you're ruling historic, and then you're frightened to allow an appeal to go through, is a good thing that this law is not a jackass cat where anybody can jump on and ride it. It's a good thing that the law is the law. And there is a way when it comes to the law. There is a way. And the respondents will find a way. And that is why I will forever say that Anil Nandalal is one of the greatest lawyers of this country. You know why? A constitutional lawyer who studies the Constitution. He ain't clung in himself. And that is why he knows what to do. And if the teachers of this country believe to themselves when Kisun ruled that they got a victory, there is something called an appeal. And if that doesn't work, there is something called the CCJ. And it will go to the CCJ if need be. It would go to the CCJ. Would go to the CCJ. Yeah, mind this thingy. Brothers and sisters, it's not easy that every single thing in this country is political. And you know, it has just begun. Because as we approach mid-year, with just 1.5 years left to a possible elections in 2025, here I say possible election. Y'all might want to know why I say possible election, right? Because there is no guarantee that they're going to get any election in 2025. Here why. If Nicolas Maduro take God out his thoughts and attack Guyana's sovereignty, it's going to be a full-scale war between Guyana, its allies, and Venezuela. And the war not going done in a day or two. The war will be ongoing. Jungle warfare, like, whoa. Nothing much going to be happening in the towns, you know. Jungle warfare. And guess what? In your country at war, don't get no election. So let us hope, beyond hope, that we don't have a situation where Nicolas Maduro believes to himself that he can do what he wants in Guyana. Change the color of this thing by Anyhow, I was trying to get us something. I ain't getting to. Let me see if I can read two comments. 1 second. 1 second, people. I ain't get on a spectacle. Let's see if I could read two comments and follow. For sure. Okay. Back. You could get spectacle with it. The toddler. Yo, let's do what you want. But yes, my people. So, Mr. Mark Benchcap. Hey, them banner. Let me tell you something about Mark Benchcap and them. Them banner nasty. Real nasty. Benchcap. I mean, sometimes you just wonder if these banner really serious with you. You know? I hear you attacking Selwyn Peters, a PNC lawyer. But probably the man is being more objective today as he talk upon certain issues and so on. And it's not going very, very well in the PNC camp, with Selwyn Peters having to make certain statements. You know, I don't think it's going very well in the PNC camp. So it's bothering these people bad. You know, wow. And now come to this comment saying somebody saying I can barely hear you. I guess it improved because I ain't see much complaints about that. June Matu. I guess it's improved. Yeah, I was listening to a Mark Benchcap thing they and I know the way he going on at Peters, you know. Mm-hmm. Calling the vice president from one girl to the next. I mean, there's the level. You know, they ain't got nothing solid to come with. There's the level, you know, disrespectful. But you know, Mark has um he has issues, mental issues. Mark Benchcap has mental issues. And it's created by a zombie. Mark needs to get Jari for let the zombie left he alone. Because that zombie lash is so brutal, right? A zombie lash, yeah. The zombie lash is so brutal that he can't catch himself till now. It is affecting him mentally. He almost taggy for me. You know, he blocked me from Facebook. So what does do? Has got you another account and find out he biz when he talking. The guy here when them talk, he like call my name. The same Mark Benchcap. But I letting him know, I'm letting him know here tonight that I never lashy is a zombie lashy. And I mean a literal zombie put a lash in him. A physical lash that put you in a mental state. So he up on this rampage right now. He ain't care we disrespect. He ain't care we disrespect. But I never really hear the vice president call this by name. Never hear the vice president call the name. I was looking at an article today. So a post where you got a few people. Can't go there. Can't go there. Hey, this politics, boy. Ah, this politics. Omar Sharif, keep up the good work, Akani. Yeah, man, I'm here to do whatever we can do to ensure, then people get enough people telling lies for them. So we gotta find people who can tag the truth and speak it ever. And that's what I was telling people, once it's point blank, don't expect me to lie. I ain't gonna tell no lie. No lie. You understand? Because if they decide for sue, I got in the full distance with them. Can't go be able to prove the truth. Stanley, Stanley saying plus bench cap get lashed at Camp Street prison. He get lashed with a jackhammer. Yeah. I guess I guess he suffered some real physical damage that put him in a mental state that is difficult to recover. So the only thing, right, left on his mind is the person that was in charge of the country at the time when he pick up his jumbie lash plus he jackamo. I say says Barrett Jack New. Barrett left on his mind. He like he went into a trance with Barrett and he never recovered from the state. I wonder what Barrett got do for bring you out of the state of mind because I mean it's terrible. It's terrible. The guy is in a brutal shape. And I mean anybody that responsible for the way Mark Benchcap is today, I mean they need to apologize to the to the guy. You see though? And then the VP turned around and saved him from more hammering. So it was the VP that pardoned him from that treasonous charge. Yeah. Young Bino and Bench Cup attack attack the led an attack on the presidential compound, the office of the president. In any other country in the world, they would have been shot to death right at the gate. Right at the gate, they would have been shot to death. And even if they were not shot to death, they would have faced the firing squad because their actions were treasonous. And the only penalty for treason is death. So they are lucky to be alive at the mercies of the vice president today, who was the then president. And then all they want to say about this man wicked and bad and this and that. This man saved lives. That turn around and cussy today. Well, not Bino. Bino would have been humbled and pull himself together and stuff like that. But that wretch, Karl Mark Benchcup, was for every single thing attacks the vice president of this country. Didn't didn't remember that it's at the mercies of the vice president that he's walking around freely today. When really and truly for his actions, he should have been buried. But he's walking around freely and turn around to bite the hand that feed you your liberty, and then you turn around to cuss out a man as the most racist, the apartheid leader, the corrupt, the this, the that. This is the man that set you free. This is the man that set you free. Pardon. It's not easy. As a leader that has to make tough decisions, it's not easy. And that is why I regard Vice President Barajagdio as one of the most compassionate politicians ever. You believe to yourself that Mark Benchcop would have stand a chance under a leader like Granger had he done what he did when Barrett was president? Do you believe that Benchcop would have stand a chance under Putin? Do you believe Benchcop would have stand a chance under Nicolas Maduro? Do you believe that Benchcop would have stand a chance under Joe Biden? Obama? You made an attempt on the leader's life of your country, and he turned around and pardoned you. And then Barrett wants to believe that he's some kind of politician. He's a pastor. You're forgiving people who would have created the greatest sin under your watch. And that, I don't know how people just miss that aspect about Barajagdio, you know. Overly compassionate. Overly compassionate. I don't know how people just miss that fact about Barrett. But sometimes they say the truth is stranger than fiction. Skepticism, eh? Every single one, every one of them. Barrett, 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 Barrett. Oh, he cruel. He heartless. They're talking things about he they don't even know. And you know what he does? He just smile. Go ahead about his business. Cause here what Barajagdio is getting fun in. Barajagdio is getting fun in being in power. Being in power. So they could tag Palamacha. They can tag Gunga Prek. It doesn't bother him. What bothers him is when he is not in power. And you see, once he maintains leadership and power, they could cry till the cows come home. He is unbothered and unmoved. So I'm going to give you a little insight to change course and come off of the foolish rhetoric, because that doesn't deter him one bit. Not for 1 second is he deterred. In fact, when you guys go on that way, it solidifies him, make him more resolute, and hungry to be in power just to keep you talking the way you are. It motivates him in a way like never ever before. So I want you know that when I open my mouth and I hear yapping in America and wherever, Norman Brown in England, wherever, Jackass Twilly, whether in America or Guyana, Rickford Bork, Rickford Bork can't come home, man. A donkey like Bork can't come home, no matter what going on. He coming home. He coming home for clearing name. Nothing. This man is just taking everything from abroad. But he want to be the leader of the PNC. Not under Norton dead body. Believe me. Norton carry Reagan to a different level. Norton will show these guys how it has to be done. And it can dethrone Norton. What's wrong with that letter? They gotta find the CPU with the membership. When Norton done present the membership of the party to the party, brand new membership, you're gonna see how much are gonna be disenfranchised. Because he presented the week before the Congress. Hey, hey, and they can't get themselves sorted out. So every single body that's gonna be voting in the Congress, though probably 200 and something people, let me tell you something. Every one of them voting for Norton. Because they're carefully scanned and unpicked. Even the candidates that decided they're going to come up against Norton, even them, the membership in question, Risedale Ford, membership in question, Ganesh Manipal, membership in question. The only set of people that guarantee that they are going to be delegates are people who are Nortonites. Nortonites. Norton had carried a new dimension, a new way to rig the election, a new way, very, very new way. Can't stop he. He learned from the best, you know. He learned from the tobacco. The tobacco. You see, how Norton was so pissed with Granger when Granger removed the picture of the tobacco from the office, the regional offices of the PNC. Granger move all them picture and put it on. Bury the tobacco. You want nothing to do with it. Carry pictures of the 7 pound. And Granger put up his own picture. Saddam Hussein style Granger. Norton become the leader and Norton take down all the Granger picture. You can never. Granger is just a history. So back on the walls of the regional offices of the PNC is the tobacco. The founding father of the party. And there's Norton crying, you know. I just stand up and watch the dictatorial behavior of Granger. All because all is the same thing. We must show homage to our founding father. And here, and that is how we gonna win them. He playing on their emotions to show the world and the people that me is not the dictator and I ain't get no baggage. I ain't do no crime. I ain't got answer for nothing. My brothers and sisters, tonight, I would like to thank each and every one of you who stayed at the program. Even though I had early technical difficulties, it was nice having you here. I will continue to be here on Wednesday night for the call-in segment and back again next week, Sunday, for this segment of Point Blank. My brothers, my sisters, again, I would like to say thank you very much, but we have come to the end of our program. God bless and peace out. Thank you.